All right, so today I'm going to show you the quick and easy way to cite a book, particularly if it's a book that's in our library. I'm going to be using the Liberty Middle School Library website today, but you can use the Camas High School Library. I apologize for the bells. So once you get to the library website, you're going to want to go into their Destiny Discover section. Most of the time you can access this using your Clever portal. But once you're here, it should look something like this. The high school one looks a little bit different. Or sorry, the Camas High School one looks a little bit different. Type in your search criteria. For this one, I'm doing a project on, well, let's say I was doing a specific tribe. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Yakima. And you'll see if I search Yakima, nothing pops up, which is unfortunate. Now, is there anything in the collections? No. Anything in the websites? All right, so we've got some stuff in the websites. Not horrible. But I really want a book. Like my teacher has assigned me this works cited page, and I have to have at least one book, so I need a book. Well, maybe if I broaden my search terms a little bit and I look up like Native American or American Indian. Oh, look, way more options. Now, some of these are going to be fiction. Some of these are going to be nonfiction. So it looks like a bunch of nonfiction so far. Nonfiction, nonfiction. But eventually I'm going to start coming up with more and more fiction. So Rain is not my Indian name. That sounds like maybe that's fiction. And if I go down, there's a couple here that are like, yeah, that's obviously fiction. So like, No Boy doesn't look like it. Poison in Paradise, probably fiction. This one I know is fiction, absolutely. Well, it's fiction. It's a good book. You should read it. Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. Semi-autobiographical, I'll say. So it's mostly fiction in this case, I would say. I will call it mostly fiction. So you got different ones. And like Beaver Walker, that looks like probably fiction, but might not be. You'd have to look it up more. Once I have a book that I want to pull out, I need to go check it out. Now, it's possible that like this one, Encyclopedia of the American Indian, History and Culture, it's already checked out. I wonder what awful person checked it out. Oh, right. It was Mr. Hicks. He checked it out so we would have copies of it. Not a big deal. So I'm going to go open it, and I open details. Here, I'll go back. I went a little bit fast there. So I'm going to open it, click on it, and then I'm going to go view more details. And then if I scroll down toward the bottom here, I get to this bit where it says citations. Over here. So I click on citations. Clicked on citations. I want MLA version 8, which is our newest edition. So if we're in the future at some point and you're watching this video from the past, and it's now MLA version 9 that we're using, well, you know, this should have updated MLA version 9. So if you need APA for like your history class, you'd hit APA. If you were doing Chicago, which is like for economics, you do Chicago. But really, I just want MLA version 8. And this 2 rectangles thing, this means copy. So I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to open up my works cited page here. And here it is down here. I've already pasted it in. But I'm going to do Control-Shift-V. And then I need to correct some things around here. The title of the book should get in italics. There you go. Books get italics. If you're a film, you get italics. Episodes of TV, podcasts, websites, article titles, that goes in quotes. But we're going to do italics here. Very rarely would you do both. It's generally one or the other. There's a couple of really, really weird exceptions, but generally you're going to get italics and no quotes for book. And here we go. And so my last name of my author is O'Brien. Cynthia is her first name. That's my title, Encyclopedia of American Indian History and Culture, stories, timelines, maps, and more. Period after that. You would usually get the publisher and the city of publication, but because there's no city of publication in this book, I looked in the hard copy, and there isn't. And also, it's the one I got from the library, so if it's wrong, I'm gonna be on fairly good ground. Blaming our library website. You probably get away with it. I just cited it the way that the library told me to do. And that's probably about as good as you're going to get for an excuse. If you did have the name of the city or something in there and you just didn't look for it, you probably get away with, well, I just did what the library told me to do. So pretty good backup. They are experts on citing materials and things like that. National Geographic is my publisher, and 2019 was the year of publication. Shouldn't be too bad. I'm feeling pretty good about this. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Last thing you need to do is make sure you put it in alphabetical order. So Chinook jargon comes before Chinook Nation. Gutierrez Simon. So Simon Gutierrez is the author. G comes between the C and the L in Illumination, which was the name of that video from YouTube. John Meacham, that was the podcast host. He's the podcast host, so his name goes first. Meacham is his last name. John is his first name, so we put the last name, comma, first name. Comma host, remember, podcasts are a little different. And then O'Brien was last alphabetically because it's LMNO. O'Brien. We don't go by the B in Brian. We go by the O. So that's it. All right. Well, hopefully you guys found this